Welcome to Root Rhythm. I'm Sophie, the co-founder of the practice. It started as just me in a single play therapy room, so dedicated and passionate in trying to determine what really helps children and parents grow and heal. A little bit of background on me. I went to Tufts University outside of Boston, and I studied child development and clinical psychology from the beginning. So during that time, I was at a lab school actually observing children on the playground and trying to understand even then like what makes children tick, what supports them in growing, what's happening under the surface. I also did a clinical internship at a day program, therapeutically supporting adults during that time. And then my journey continued. I went to DU and became a clinical social worker and a therapist. And I continued to have experience as a therapist with children. And I got really curious, what's the best therapeutic approach to help children heal? I learned about play therapy, specifically synergetic play therapy, and I was trained at the Boulder Institute, actually seeing a kiddo for 8 sessions within 6 days through a one-way mirror, having a supervisor watch me. All of this is to say, I got excellent support and training and understanding what are the most research-backed approaches for supporting children, especially those having emotional concerns in healing. I found that I was working with a lot of more sensitive children. So, whether that was more like anxiety and low self esteem on the inside, or aggression and just behavior outbursts on the outside, I was working with the kiddos that just seemed to be more sensitive and have bigger feelings. So, I also started to learn that working with parents was absolutely crucial. While I was originally working at schools and I was supporting kids without much access to parents, and there was still a lot of growth happening. It wasn't until I started Root of Rhythm and I had a lot of access to parents, and I learned how to really support parents in feeling more confident and having the research backed tools that they needed to support their sensitive children, that I started to see super quick, but also long lasting change happening for families. I also found that working with families over a set period of time, so over 12 weeks, seemed to really support the process, especially when families were coming and saying they had worked with another therapist for 6 months or a year or more and didn't really know what they were doing or what was happening in the process. We've now found that having set goals over a shorter period of time is really the way to go. With that said, we can be there for ongoing support, and there's kiddos that have been around our practice for up to 5 years since we started that either have the ongoing support because that attachment is really important or come back every year or so. Everything is so individualized. We also now support teens and adults, and we use the knowledge of understanding the sensitive child and the sensitive person to support older teens and adults with those same kinds of patterns. We have a team of 20 therapists who are absolutely incredible and meant to be working with kiddos and families and adults in just becoming more grounded and at ease in their life. I would never hire a therapist or a team that I wouldn't send my own kids to. So we absolutely trust and, yeah, just feel so confident in every therapist on our team. And we look forward to hopefully finding a therapist that will feel like a match for your family. Thank you so much for being here. If you'd like to explore next steps, you can book a free consultation with our intake coordinator who will support you in answering any questions, letting you know more about the process. And yeah, we're really here to support families in long term healing and growth. And if we can be a good fit for your family, we're so excited to support you.